Welcome back to episode 2 of our walk around historic Swanage. The railway came to Swanage in 1885. This gave the town a tourist boost, and families came here for their summer holidays to enjoy the seaside and the scenery. The railway was closed in 1972. However, after many years of struggle and lobbying, a local preservation society managed to reopen the line in stages until in 1995 steam trains ran from here to Corfe Castle. Since then, the line's been extended and Swanage Steam Railway is now a very popular tourist attraction. As we've walked along the platform, you may have noticed the Father Christmas decorations. The railway's getting ready to run their Christmas Santa specials. It's November now, the last day before the second COVID lockdown in England starts. Let's hope the lockdown ends in time. The railway station is behind us now as we walk down Station Road. This is one of the main shopping streets in Swanage and leads us down to the beach. Good bit of parking there. Harry Ramsden's Fish and Chips there on our left, and in front of us we can see the Mowlem. This is a theatre and restaurants and shops. The design isn't everyone's favourite, blocking the view of the sea. Here's the beach. As we're in November, the sun is low in the sky, so you'll see my shadow from time to time. Sorry about that. Here we are at the seaside, with Swanage Bay in front of us. Swanage first appeared in public records in 877, when apparently 120 Viking ships were wrecked on Peveril Point, which is at the southern end of the bay. This monument was built in 1862 to mark this event, which had been interpreted as a great naval victory by King Alfred. It's topped by cannonballs, which of course is historically inaccurate. No cannonballs in the days of the Vikings, they relied more on raping and pillaging. You can see what the Seagulls think of it. There's a lovely touch added to the monument this year, which are the painted pebbles, to thank all of our care workers during the COVID pandemic. We'll follow my shadow now up to the next stone pier. If you're a fan of Fawlty Towers, you might be interested to know that Basil Fawlty comes from Swanage. I grew up here too, and I never saw him, or John Cleese for that matter. Ice cream still available in November. It's actually quite warm today, well, warm for November. The pier that we're coming up to now is Banjo Pier. Over the years, Swanage has been flooded, not by the sea, but by heavy rains causing the streams to overflow. In 1993, a large-scale flood alleviation scheme was completed, diverting stormwater into the sea. Banjo Pier that we're on now was built to disguise the large pipe along which the stormwaters flow. Incidentally, have you wondered what's happened to all the cruise liners that are laid up due to the COVID pandemic? Well, 4 of them are moored off the bay here. You can see them in the distance. They're all owned by Royal Caribbean. And in case you're wondering what the view's like from the hill over there, here's one that I took when I was walking up there last summer. Here's the view of Swanage today compared with the same view in 1910. You can see the bathing machines in the 1910 version. These were wheeled out into the sea for the bathers to go swimming and preserve their modesty. Overlooking the bay is the recreation ground with the bandstand and the War Memorial. During World War II, Swanage was one of the embarkation ports for D-Day, the invasion of occupied France by the Allies. This tablet commemorates the soldiers of the US 26th Infantry who were billeted here before leaving for the invasion on June 6, 1944, and especially for those who didn't make it back home. It's lunchtime now. What better than a bag of fresh chips? That's fries to those of you watching this in America. Chips? Who said chips? Who's got the chips? Where are the chips? Who's got chips? Where are they? Here they are, and don't they look tasty? Yum, they are tasty. Chips! Where's the chips? Where's he gone with those chips? Where's the chips? Chips! Where's the chips? I managed to hide my chips from the Seagulls. We'll walk back towards the town on the beach. Swanage has a wonderful sandy beach, one of the best beaches along the coast. What's this dog doing? He's found something. I don't know what it is though. We're back in the town now. Here's a wimpy bar. You don't see many of those these days, do you? When you walk along a street, do you ever look up above the shop fronts? There's some lovely architecture around, which most of us miss as we live our hurried lives. This is the square in Swanage, and here's my shadow again. This is where you'll find the Swanage Museum and Heritage Centre. If you come to Swanage, do try and visit this museum. It's got loads of interesting exhibits, although it's closed at the moment due to COVID. We'll continue our walk out to the pier and beyond, up to the lifeboat station. Here's the pier. In the interest of time, we'll walk on past the pier today and come back here next summer. Here's my shadow again as we walk towards the lifeboat station. The lifeboat lives in the white building in front of us. And this is the view that the coxswain of the lifeboat has when they launch the boat to go on a rescue mission. We can't go into the lifeboat house, but this is what we'd see. Leaving Leaving the lifeboat, we walk back along the shore towards the tall building in front of us. Those of you that watched episode 1 of these historical Swanage walks will recall that materials salvaged from demolition works in London were brought to Swanage on the boats that delivered the Purbeck stone up to the capital. This is the Wellington clock tower, originally built in London at the southern end of London Bridge in 1854. It was intended as a memorial to the recently deceased Arthur Wellesley, 1st Duke of Wellington, who was British Prime Minister twice, but more famous for defeating Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo. The tower originally housed a clock with 4 faces. It was disassembled in 1867, and the structure, minus the clock, was brought to Swanage. It's now a Grade 2 listed building. In the third and final episode of our walk around historic Swanage, we'll go to Durlston Country Park to see the Great Globe and take a walk along the cliff path. Please subscribe to our channel to see more historic walks and look at life out in the countryside. If you stayed with me to the end, thanks very much for watching.